So I just wanted to do another video after the last one I did, just to kind of show the beginning stages of clicker training and kind of like how that works and everything. Just to give an example, I'm going to be using Ajax. He's my 8-year-old Weimaraner, and I've had him since he was 8 weeks old. And I would say we have a really great relationship until I start asking him to do things. And that is because when he was a puppy, I used more of a dominance-based training method. He's never had a prong collar on, he's never had a shock collar on, he's never had any type of, like, I've never hit him, I've never, you know, done anything like that you see some people do. But I always had the approach or the thought that like, I had to be the alpha, okay? Like, he had to do whatever I told him to do, and a very, like, forceful attitude about it. And so now, anytime I ask him to do sit, stay down, anything like that, he gets this very, like, I'm gonna do it because I have to, but I really don't want to, but I don't want to get in trouble. You know, it's not like this willing, okay, yeah, let's train, let's do this, like, you know, that attitude. And so I'm doing a training challenge with him, and so our goal for that training challenge is to get him to have a more willing attitude and a better relationship when it comes to our actual working relationship. And so I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that. I've done a couple sessions of the clicker training with him, but not very many, and so I figured I could just go ahead and video, and it would still kind of show you you know, the beginning steps. But also I would just like to mention that, you know, this will be I'm gonna try to ask him to do some stuff without the treats and stuff, and I just want you to see, like, his reaction and his attitude towards it, and then kind of watch the change as I get the treats out and I do it more of like a play thing than a you have to do what I say type of thing. And so even though I never done any like major jerking on his collar like super hard or hanging him like you see some people, it still affects them. And so you need to be very careful when you're working with your dog and how you interact with them, because it can really affect them. And once you lose their trust and they think that you're going to get angry at them if they make a mistake or they don't understand what you're asking of them, it can take a really long time to get that trust back. It's like, okay, so you have a piece of paper and it's straight and it's flat, and you crinkle it all up, right? You can still flatten it back out, but it's still going to have those creases in it. It's never going to be completely flat again. And so that's kind of like how it is, like, in your trust in your relationship with your dog. If you crinkle that up and you lose their trust, sure, you can work really hard and you can get it, you know, back for the most part, but it will never be the same. And so just be very careful with that. So I'll just go ahead and show you. I'm just gonna ask him to, like, sit and down, things like that, and he's gonna do it, but he's not gonna be super happy about it, and he may even be a little bit better about it just because I've worked with him a couple times now. But I think we'll probably still see that. So I'm gonna go ahead and call him over. Where is Alex? Good boy. Sit. Down. Good boy. Sit. Hop. Spin.
Papa, sit. Papa, sit.
Sit.
Papa, sit.
Down.
Go. Papa,
Ajax, down.
sit.
Good boy.
We don't see the dog.
Okay, so he's even a little bit better. Just the couple of training sessions I've done have made a difference. But if you will think about it, like, he wasn't super willing to do it, and there's a couple times he, like, looks away from me and yawn and things like that, and those are kind of some signs that you can see that he's not, like, super thrilled to be working with me. And so even though it's not terribly bad, you can see just a glimpse of where our working relationship is right now. So I'm going to be working real hard to change that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do, like, a quick session right now of you know, what I would be doing, and just show you. And then as we progress through that, then I'll probably put some more videos on so you can just see how the relationship changes.
Okay, I won't. He's coming here in South North Mill. You guys might have to get down or get somewhere because I need to do it.
So you can just see kind of there, it feels pretty slow and pretty boring, like we're not getting a whole lot accomplished, but we really are, okay? I'm not begging him for his attention. I'm not calling him over to me. I'm not making him look at me, making him work with me. He's in an unfenced yard. He could go wherever he wanted to go, and you know, he's choosing to come up to me, and you know, with the treats and stuff, you practice this so much and you do this so much that you eventually can start fading the treats. And you know, it's kind of like for those of you that play basketball, or you know, that ride horses, or you know, whatever. So example for basketball, when you take a basketball and you're learning how to shoot, you have to really work on your form. Sorry, I had to pause that. My daughter was crying. She bumped her head. But, so it's kind of like shooting a basketball, okay? When you're learning how to shoot the basketball, you have to concentrate so hard on your form. You have to make sure every time you pick up the ball, you have your hands on the ball the right way. You shoot it with the correct form, right? But you do that so much, and you practice that so much, and you think about so much, that after you do it and you do it and you do it, you don't even have to think about it. You catch the ball, you grab it, and you shoot, and your form's perfect because you have nailed, you have practiced those fundamentals so much that it's just second nature to you. Same thing with pulling a gun, right? Like people who shoot guns a whole lot, or you know, military, police, whatever, they target practice so much that they pull the gun and shoot. They don't have to think about the form. They don't have to think about what they're doing because they have practiced it so much. It's the same thing with our dogs. When we're teaching them a new behavior, or we're teaching them, you know, to keep their attention on us, we practice it and we practice it and practice it. We reinforce it so many times that it just becomes second nature to them. So you don't have to give them treats for the rest of their entire life. It is good to reinforce them for the behaviors that you want for the rest of their life so that they continue doing those, but you don't have to do it every single time once it becomes that second nature to them. So if you have any questions, you can ask me on here.